Alright, welcome back to another episode of I'm Just Yapping. It is Alex Lovehole. We have to talk about the 2XKO failure situation. This time, I actually have notes, so I'm going to stay a little bit more on topic than the last video. And number 2, I am not going to have 2XKO footage in this video. I do not play the game, I do not like the game, I do not respect the game, and I do not support the game. So, I'm not going to download the game to go play it for footage. Which brings me to the first thing. How is Riot failing on a game that was primed to succeed? Out of all the franchises that I either like or know, League of Legends is a very big franchise. So how do you fail on a game that has a franchise like League of Legends attached to it? We have Marvel, we have Dragon Ball, we have Persona, we have... Invincible, we have Avatar, we have so many games, we have Hunter x Hunter, we have so many games, even if they fail, right? The IP is not the reason why the game should fail, because the IP is bringing names in, even games like Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Those games are now legacy at this point, they have a franchise, but those are fighting games first. I think the real reason why this game started to fail is because there's a live service model, and I'm gonna be honest, live service models put way too much emphasis on return of investment, bad business practices, and you need long player times of retention. A live service game will not succeed if half the player base stops playing for 2 weeks, even a week. Because the money that they make comes from skins being purchased, people playing the game, other microtransactions, just playtime. And unfortunately, you're not actually buying a game, you're downloading into a service, you're downloading into a subscription. You don't actually own anything. So as soon as you're not buying enough skins, or you're not playing enough games, or tournament revenue's not kicking in, or whatever metric they want to use to say that it's not working, it's not working. Same with Marvel Rivals, it's in the same exact spot. And I'd never played this game. Well, no, that's not true. I played it in the beta. But I've been knowing about this game for 10 years, right? 10 years is way too long for a game to be in development. Even if the game did everything perfect that it could ever do. You have expectations built up on 10 years that it's just never going to be met, and there's nothing you can do. Like if they announce the Marvel movie, they say Doomsday is delayed until 2036. Nothing they do in that movie is going to meet the expectations for everybody that movie's going to have. Same with 2XKO. There is no way that this game is ever going to live up to the amount of time built up for this game. Right? And it is what it is. And to be honest with you, speaking of how much time it took, 11 characters, not 8 characters on launch, I think. That's the same as Street Fighter 2 in 91. We're in 2026. And you have a game that has over 150 characters in it. How do you have so little characters already? That's sad. That's really sad. If it was a solo game, okay, cool. If it was like Skullgirls, you can kind of choose, you can choose between 1, 2, and 3 and make your own assists and have your own custom assist or whatever. All right, I can hear that. But just having a small roster, no. I'm gonna get back into that a little bit later. But the main thing for me is that the gameplay is segmented and watered down. However, before I continue to go into that, I just want to say the fact that this game is suffering layoffs after it supposedly succeeded, right? And supposedly was a month in is insane. There is no world, there is no way that this game should have to lay off anybody. Because this game is a League of Legends fighting game. It should be printing money. How are you laying off half of your development staff? And then furthermore, how are you going to sit there and then tell y'all that everything is going to be fine, nothing has changed, and there's going to be no adjustments? That's not even true. That's not even true. There's no way that's not the case. And if somebody wants to argue, okay, development times change. Once the game is out, you don't need as many people to make a game and this, that, and the third. Okay, that's true. But I don't hear about Capcom or Bandai Namco or other companies, as soon as the game comes out, there's immediate layoffs. No, I think there's more to the story than that. And one of the things that I really noticed is that the thing that really kind of struck my attention, as this game is always going to be in a bad spot, because I've not liked the game since it was announced, is when they had made the post. It was like, hey, so we see you guys are playing the game and you're learning the game, and we're going to change the game to make it fresh and exciting so everybody gets a chance. That is dumb. That is really dumb. Because at that point, what's the point of practicing or playing a fighting game if at any point the company or the development team can literally just be like, you know what, we're going to change everything. And it's not even like it's a change to a response at this point to a nerf or to the community response or whatever. Even though it's what it is, this was just, we see y'all playing the game, we see you liking the game, we see you, actually learn tech and do combos and everything like that, and we're just going to change it. And I don't like that. That just means that they don't want this game to actually have depth or skill or engagement. They just want this to be super easy, super flashy, super first week fighting game so they can just get everybody on, so they can get the millions and millions of players that already play League to play the game. And unfortunately, League players are not going to become fighting game players because fighting games are a different genre than MOBAs. I'm not playing a MOBA. I play Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra. That is a MOBA. I don't play MOBAs. I'm not playing League. I'm playing Dragon Ball Gekishin because of Dragon Ball. And the game just so happens to be a fun enough MOBA to where I can kind of get past some of my issues. Some of my issues I don't get past. And again, I'm not the biggest MOBA guy. If it was not Dragon Ball, I wouldn't play it. Same with 2XKO. If I'm not a League player, I'm not playing League 2XKO. And even if you look at the game, which is what I was getting to before, the gameplay sucks. It's like it takes 6 fighting games and cuts them all into 15 pieces and then gives you each of the pieces as its own thing, but they're not even remotely connected. Like, I think it's called the fuse system or whatever the groove system you want to call it, where it's like you have the double down, you can tag, you have the solo, you have the auto combo, you have all this. All this should just be one system or two that you can choose, not literally a whole bunch of systems split together and then given to you as a thing, right? And speaking of the community, I think that them listening to everybody's talking to the game or trying to play the game or how they want to match the game or how they want to patch the game or how they want to change it, it's not good. If you don't have a plan, if your only developer or balance patch adjustment strategy is listen to Twitter, you've already failed, right? And again, they're not the only ones to do it. Every fighting game is going through it right now, which is a problem. It's just 2XKO, again, due to what I was saying earlier, is in a much more dangerous spot to do so, right? Something else that I've noticed is the public perception of this game is going horrible. First, like I said, it was we're going to change the game, and then it was the tournament situation where people weren't showing up, and then the spiked water. Niggas is really still spiking drinks in 2026? At a 2XKO tournament at that? Come on. That's not a good look for anybody involved, but that's not the game's fault per se, but who's caring? It doesn't look good, just like Ronaldo and Fatal Fury, or AI trailing Fatal Fury, or whatever controversy you want to think of, right? It's not a good look. And then you have, what was the thing I was just about to say? Oh yeah, this layoff thing, which by the way, not great. I don't like where this is going, because the thing that's really got me concerned, if 2XKO fails, okay, fuck it, I don't care, right? Well, let me not say I don't care, but I was never a big fan of the game anyway, fine. But 2XKO is making big waves, and a lot of people will pay attention and notice. So what does this mean for the future of fighting games and their development? That's the part that's more concerning, right? When games are made, are they going to lay off company or lay off people who make the games, and they're just going to be like, whatever? Are they not going to try as hard? Are they going to delay their games? Are they going to, what is the developments that's going to happen? Is it going to be positive? Are people going to finish their games? Are people going to make the design actually worthwhile and fun? Are they going to go backwards into making more old school style games? Who knows? That's the part that's more concerning than just 2XKO is doing bad, because I've been not liking 2XKO for a long time, and honestly, it's really shocking to me to see how many of its supporters and how many people who say they like the game are switching up on the game, calling it awful, calling it trash, calling it like, oh my god, it's the worst thing ever, or we knew it was going to be bad. And it's like, no, I feel like a lot of the hate that this game is getting now is either engineered or it's manufactured, because a lot of these same people are now talking about it when literally 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, they would have praised the game and called me stupid for saying you should play Third Strike or Tekken 3 or Marvel 2 instead. So it's just like, why is everybody switching all of a sudden? Like, I get it, right? Social media, negativity, momentum, Twitter, I get it, right? It's really interesting to see how people aren't even willing to stand up for the game that they were standing up for before. But now that it's popular and it's okay to hate on it because of X, Y, and Z, all that love, all that praise, all that success just doesn't mean anything. If you so happen to like the game, if you're like me and didn't like the game, I get it, right? I don't really have too much more to say. I was really focusing on trying to stay on script or stay on notes. So that's pretty much all I got for this one. I wanted to get this video out. Let me know in the comment section below. Did y'all even like 2XKO? Did y'all play it? Do you want to see it succeed? Do you want to see it fail? What fighting games are you playing right now, you know? So, with that being said, I hope to see you guys on the next video. Make sure to always live 1% today, 100% tomorrow. Live with style and substance, and make sure to turn your pain into power, and I will catch you all in the next round.